Hey everybody, I am just pulling everything up here. Just wanted to give you a heads up on a warning, a warning for a couple of parishes. So let me go ahead and get over to the radar. So the severe thunderstorm watch now includes Natchitoches and Wynn Parish, and you're the ones who are in this warning. Now, I think it's a smart move for them not to include us down this far to the south. And I'll show you why in just a second. But basically, it's because we have this line is kind of weakening because we had those storms that were coming up earlier, and those storms have since weakened, and we're seeing that trend pretty. It's showing up pretty well here on radar. So let me pull this up so I can see any comments that are coming through if we get any. But this warning includes northern Natchitoches and a big chunk of Wynn Parish. I'm going to pull up the text on this and we can talk about what we're thinking is going to happen here. I think basically why this warning was issued is for wind. I don't see much of a hail threat. So the latest on this one, different one. Okay, here we go. Jackson Parish, southeastern DeSoto, eastern Red River Parish, northern Natchitoches, Bienville, southwestern Lincoln, and Wynn Parish in north central Louisiana. Until 11:15 at 10:09, severe thunderstorms were located along a line from 6 miles northeast of Ringgold to 15 miles north of Campty to 7 miles southwest of Coshada, moving east at 50. The hazard is 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so they are putting a pretty high wind threat on this one, but we're not looking at really any hail. I mean, any hail would be small. Less than 3/4 of an inch. And also just saw a flood warning pop in there for Shreveport and down into, looks like that would be down into DeSoto Parish and then over into Texas. And I don't know what county that is. But there is that flood warning for Panola County. There we go. So we also have flood warnings around DeQuincy, Jasper, and Newton County, Texas, the flood warning capital of the world. But everything down here is kind of weakened. Now, I can't show you. We're going to go try the New Orleans radar that's in Hammond now and see if I can show you that weakening trend on this. That's tough to see there. So when I put it in motion, we're not seeing those reds down further south. It was really evident on the Dallas one, but I only have 4 radars that I can choose from here. So this is what we are looking at right now. Line of thunderstorms that does look a little bit weaker. This is from the Fort Johnson radar. So this is actually going to show us a little better idea of kind of what we've been looking at here. And you can see, because we're not looking into those low levels of this storm, that this storm is, we're seeing less pink, less, none of the black or anything showing up. So this is gusting out, I think, right now. And I think this is probably going to be the last of what. Whoa. Hey, there I am. So I think that's the last of what we're going to see out of this. Now, it could thunder. We could see the tail end try to do something here into Sabine, maybe southern Natchitoches. I don't think so, though. I really think this is going to weaken because we haven't seen anything get cranked up south of where that line fed into this one. Now, where this met up, that's where we're seeing the worst of this. But that's basically scraping northern Natchitoches and all of Wynn Parish. This could get into LaSalle, but again, look at the weakening trend. Let's look at the lightning. And I'm just going to leave it on a static image here. So lots of lightning on that, but you can see it goes from really dense to not so dense. So let's go ahead and do the numbers. Yeah. Yeah, we're going from, well, it pulsed up a little bit there. So from 1,000 down to the 600s, back up to the 800s. But I think that's mainly due to this stuff on the tail end here. So let's zoom in a little closer. So we went from 550 to 360. So we are seeing the lightning trend come down. That sometimes means everything's kind of rushing out of the storm and you're going from a severe thunderstorm to a storm that's going to gust out and then go to where it's not severe. But you can see this was enough how this line was holding together for them to push this watch all the way out to include Ouachita Parish. I believe that's Union. What's this? Caldwell. Yeah, Caldwell. So that is until midnight. That's a pretty short watch here. That's just for this line of storms right here as it continues on to the east. Alexandria, Leesville, Marksville, Bunkie, south of that, I think you're okay tonight. And I'm going to show you why I think that. Now, the models have been garbage lately, but this one has, on this one at least, we've seen the right trend. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm talking about here. You can see how those storms, they look a little different, but they've been holding together pretty decently on this model. And as I put this into motion here, midnight, everything's kind of collapsing now. I'm still watching that area out there, but as we see here, once this shoves south into that more stable air, we may see some rain, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but everything should go ahead and dissipate. And then it looks like we're pretty clear until tomorrow afternoon, when I'm going to be up at the top of this map heading back to St. Louis, and Tommy K is going to take over then. He tried to tonight. I was like, no, I'm leaving you for a week. I am going to take a hold of this one, and we're going to, I'm going to push through. But, and I'll be live in the morning again for another look at things. But I did want to pop on when we get these severe thunderstorm warnings, especially when they're more significant like this with the potential for 70-mile-per-hour wind. I want to tell you about it, no matter where it is in the 14 parishes we cover. So, right now, it looks like this is pushing into Natchitoches Parish, so Campty to Winfield, anywhere in between Calvin, Dodson, Galdana. You're going to see some pretty heavy rainfall at the very least. You're hearing the thunder, at least in the western half of this warning, and the possibility is going to be there for some gusty wind as well. Down to the south here, that looks nasty. It's not. That's just some light to moderate rain falling through Sabine Parish, and then out into Texas, those storms should weaken as well. So I wanted to give you a heads up on this. And I think that's about it for now. I probably won't come back on tonight unless this thing really starts to get charging up again. But I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to sit around here for a little while and keep an eye on things. So have a great night. South of this line, south of pretty much, and I'm not saying it's not going to rain here, but south of a Manny to Georgetown to Gina line, the severe threat is very, very low. If you're north of that, you're dealing with this issue right here, but that's going to be short-lived. And once this moves through, we are in the clear. Hearing the thunder in Galdana? Yeah, I would imagine you are. Yep, yeah, you actually just had one strike. You got a little kind of, we call that like a little stinger kind of coming out there, and that may be an outflow or something there that's shoving into this, and that's going to help kind of maybe briefly intensify this, but I don't see anything that looks tornadic. Let's just for posterity here, take a look at the velocity data, and that is not too over the top. We're looking 4,000 feet up. We're seeing 50s, 47, 4,000 feet up. That's okay. That's pretty normal. So, okay, warning continues. Hopefully this is the last one. It's possible it gets extended, but mainly north of the area. But this right here on the southern half of this warning through northern Natchitoches into Wynn Parish, that's the area that we're watching most closely. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I promise now. This time I'm done. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully not tonight, and I'll see you in the morning.